Hello, hello. What's up, folks? Welcome back. We're doing a lot of content drop today. So let's trailer reaction again, anime edition, the second one we've done. So if you guys like anime content, definitely let us know. I really want to get it rolling. I want to get back into anime. I'm kind of an old school fan. So hopefully, and if you're brand new to this type of storytelling medium, that's great that you're discovering it through us. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think everyone knows what anime now is. So we're here for... the brand new Netflix series just dropped today, April 29th. We're a little bit late. The trailer dropped a couple days ago, but things were going on. But we're gonna do it now, and then you can, if you dig this trailer, then you can instantly go and watch it on Netflix and queue it up. And it's called Yasuke. Yasuke. I think Yasuke, brand new. I knew I was going to butcher it, but apologies to the creators and everyone who knows how to pronounce it properly. You'll be able to pronounce it properly once you kind of watch the series. I'm going to read the description. I've got a couple buddies with me today. So I got Jonathan Yeo over here. I've got my good buddy Steve, and I've got Umar from the Geeky Bros podcast joining me for some anime action. So I'm going to read the description for you guys, and we're going to get maybe Jonathan Yeo to fill in some blanks on it, just what went into this. It's been getting some pretty good heat so far. I think people are liking it. So it reads, in a war-torn feudal Japan filled with mechs and magic, the greatest ronin ever known, Yasuke struggles to maintain a peaceful existence after a past life of violence. But when a local village becomes the center of social upheaval between warring daimyo, the name shows up again. I'm going to scroll. Yasuke must take up his sword and transport a mysterious child who is the target of dark forces and bloodthirsty warlords. So there's a lot going on in here. Things that jump out to me. War-torn feudal Japan. So I think we're talking samurais here. Mechs, staple of Japanese anime. But typically not in war-torn feudal Japan.
I was just going to say, I'm like,
it's usually not
magic. And magic. So it looks like a lot of things going on. So if you guys aren't familiar with anime kind of touches all kinds of stuff. So it's cool to see all these things thrown together. And it premiered today's April 29th on Netflix. Jonathan, anything else you want to fill in before we get to the trailer?
So this Yasuke was an actual person. He was an actual person in Japan. He was under Daimyo Oda Nobunaga, I think, who was kind of like the first kind of unifier or partial unifier of Japan. So that's some of it is historically accurate, and then that's about it. That's as far as it goes in terms of names only.
So loosely based on, like, I guess the main character, who we'll see in the clips and stuff here. And it does have LaKeith Stanfield attached to it, who I know is Darius on Atlantis. Atlantis. That's a different show. Atlanta with Donald Glover. He's kind of like the oddball friend who kind of gets him all these.
He has also been in Knives Out. I think Sorry to Bother You. And he was actually just nominated for an Oscar. He didn't win for Judas and the Black Messiah. So, and Ming Na Wen is also in this as well. So there's some pretty big names tied to it, right?
Yeah.
The creator is LaShawn Thomas. So I think Jonathan, you said he was a former.
Yeah, he was an artist.
Dreamwave?
He did was it way back in the day during the Dreamwave. Yeah, he did a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle book. He was affiliated with a bunch of different comics, Cannon Busters. I think that did get turned into an anime project.
Yes, yeah.
And I think he was involved in a bunch of other stuff like Avatar and
so he
Korra, right?
Yep, he is part of Korra. He was also part of the first 2 seasons of the Boondocks and
that makes sense.
Black Dynamite cartoon. So it's pretty big stuff as well. So there's definitely big names tied to this. It's not like some small something or other. There's major name players in this.
Yeah. So I love me some samurai anime. I'm gonna just ask you guys quickly what you're expecting from this. But some favorites come to mind: Samurai Champloo, Rurouni Kenshin, and even throwback to Ninja Scroll. So I'm expecting some samurai action. Some probably sexy looking guys and ladies, typical anime fare, and probably some violence. So let me kick it to Steve first. What are you expecting to see in this trailer here?
A lot of typical race aside, a lot of typical anime tropes, samurais, like you said, the mechs as well. It's just gonna be wild.
Mechs. I'm like, what?
the funniest thing that when I heard about this is kind of like Yeah, there's an anime. Nobunaga's in this. In video games and everything, Nobunaga's always represented as the demon lord conqueror. So it's like, yeah, this is for sure anime. Plus, I heard like his studio is based in Japan, I think, as well.
Korea, I think. I think it's Korea. Yeah.
Because it was just big news where it's like he's doing anime and he's got a studio up and it's coming out soon. This was like months ago, probably like in January or February. So it's like, yeah, that's pretty neat. Go check it out for sure.
Yeah. All right, cool. Umar, what are your expectations going in this trailer?
Well, with this description, and like this background, like I'm really expecting some good progressive storytelling. But I have to say that it kind of reminds me of Sword of a Stranger in terms of story, except for the mech part. The mech part was like it just threw me. Like I'm not gonna lie, I thought you said magic. I was like, I misheard that, but then you said magic afterwards. I was like,
also magic.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm now really interested to see what happens. So there's a little bit of doubt with the mech thing, but at the same time, if like it sounds like it has a pretty good roster behind it, so I'm willing to. I'm going in open-eyed.
Yeah. I wonder if mecha is Japan's equivalent to steampunk or something like that.
Yeah.
Jonathan Yeo, I believe this is also another U.S. based anime production. I think, right? It's not.
It's definitely like that U.S. Castlevania style.
Nice.
Right, like I said, the animation studio is in Taiwan, right? But clearly the creator is American, right? So there is definitely a mix of the two, but I think it's in terms of style, it's closer to the Castlevania style that we're used to or that we see.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so we just did a trailer reaction to Castlevania, so definitely check that out, folks. Jonathan, any expectations going into this? I know you've seen a little bit of it already.
Yeah, no, like I said, I expect a good story. Some pretty decent fights. I expect some good music as well out of it. Usually these kind of like American style animes.
Yeah, really usually they make sure they infuse some cool music. Yeah. All right, cool. So without further ado, let's trailer reaction anime style. So let's Yatsu. I always want to say Yatsuke. So I'm gonna call it Yatsuki this time, and I know it's completely wrong, but you definitely get at me in the comments with the correct pronunciation. So let's go. Trailer time.
These items come from far and wide. You will be the only man on this side of the world to claim such treasure.
You dare speak to me? You will pay for your insolence.
Classic Japan.
What honor is there in striking down a child? You allow your servant to speak?
Lord Nobunaga awards those who have proven themselves.
That's big enough.
And what do they call
you guys did?
The samurai that was once a servant.
That's Ming. That's Ming, right?
You have my respect.
Oh, there you go. Yasuke.
Yasuke is not one of us. Our people will not accept him.
I will soon represent the people, and I will usher them into a new world. The Dark Army approaches. Look at you, Yasuke. The only one who didn't betray me. All that is left for me is an honorable death. This is my final command of you, my friend. The legendary Black Samurai. What have you been doing? There's not been even a whisper of you. I've been surviving, keeping to my own concerns.
Black boatsman. My daughter has grown very ill. We must travel upstream for her to be cared for.
Where I'm from, every man and woman cares for every child. I've seen many illnesses, but nothing like this.
It seems our young prodigy has a warrior as her protector.
Okay, that's magic.
We can face anything as long as we don't do it alone.
We are close to achieving real power. Where is the child? I will make the girl's power my own.
Saki, run!
Oh, mechas.
You will always be a servant, no matter what armor you wear.
I serve no man.
Yasuke.
Yeah, all right. So Steve was 100% right with the pronunciation. I'm not even going to attempt it for the rest of the video. But Yeah, that looked pretty good. The action looked very stylish to me. Let's kick it around the table here. Steve, what are you thinking after watching that trailer?
It's very coming off the kick of like Witcher and everything else. This gives me that vibe. But like with the mech, the bear, the morphing bear man with magic, it's just like they just turned up to 11. But it's definitely something that caught my interest that I'm going to check out for sure.
Yeah, a lot of sword play, looks like a lot of style, and so what are you thinking so far, Umar?
I gotta say, like I'm still really looking forward to watching it. This looks very interesting. It definitely has an element of sort of a stranger to it, but I think that's also like the whole like a warrior protecting a child, that special trope. I will say that the magic is seamless into it. Like it didn't even like cross my mind. I saw it. I'm like, oh, magic in feudal Japan, of course. But the mechs really threw me.
All of a sudden you're
like, the mech is here.
I thought maybe I read the description wrong because we didn't see anything. So I'm like, oh, maybe they're not going to show in the trailer, and then all of a sudden, mechs. So they're definitely in there.
So I'm really hoping that doesn't like. I really hope they keep it at the end. Like, just make sure that the final fight has a mech that comes out of nowhere, and I'll be like, sure, why not? And then like it doesn't affect the rest of the story. But like I will say that I am still looking forward to this, and I'm and then it's whoever said it, I can't remember who it was, but it sounds like the music is actually pretty on point.
Yeah, John. I think John. Yeah, I was gonna mention. Yeah, the beats, and just the atmosphere that it created. Definitely, you could feel it in this trailer. We did watch a bunch of other trailers where the music doesn't really hit us, but this I felt like you definitely did kind of like feel a little rhythm going. Yeah, rhythm going on. Yeah. Yeah, so John, I know you've watched a little bit of it already, but I don't know if you can go back and kind of what did you feel when you first saw all these reveals and the idea all coming together?
When I first saw it, I was like, man, this music is really hitting. Like the music fit the fights. It was a nice mix of like that hip hop, but that Asian influence, and one didn't kind of overpower the other. I kind of like what they did with the stories. It seems like there's a mix of flashback and kind of present time. So I mean that's good. The mechs definitely did throw me off out of nowhere, because it was, you look at it and there's no, like if you watch like Legend of Korra, it's like you can see kind of like the steampunk mechanical stuff built into the world, right? In this one, it's like there's still just a village of people walking around carrying boxes. The ships have no steampunk.
The opening is very just feudal, like Japan,
traditional, feudal
historical
Japan, right? And then magic still fits into that traditional feudal Japan style. And then all of a sudden, this like robot comes out of nowhere, and you're like, where did this come from, right?
No evolution towards it.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know if they explain it or not, or they just put it in because it looks cool.
Yeah, or it just looks hella cool, and they're like,
yeah, exactly. But I'm not really complaining about it. If the rest of the story is good and the fights are good, I'll just be like, oh, cool, another cool thing. Yeah. All right, and then that's it, and just keep going. So I'm super excited for it.
They could be banking a lot on our suspension of disbelief with the
Yeah. Well, I have to say, because magic's so heavily involved, I'm pretty sure that robot somehow is conjured by magic.
Magic
from the capital.
That's what they did in Korra too. So like I can kind of see where your point is coming from.
Yeah.
And so people are just go like, oh, this the villagers or whoever finds them is like, oh, this guy's pretty useful. He's pretty helpful or whatever. So like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just going to incorporate him as like some sort of being from another time, but he's not that threatening to them, to the villagers. But yeah.
Okay. And John, you have watched the first episode. Do you want to give us maybe some spoiler-free impressions on what you thought of the first episode?
So it is 6 episodes, I do believe. They're about half an hour each, so about the same length as Castlevania. Yeah. The first episode was good. It jumped straight into it. Filled in kind of the background stories, or kind of just enough to let you know kind of what this guy is about, and then it jumped straight into clearly he's protecting this child, and action right off the bat. So the first episode was just kind of like there was no kind of dragging or anything. It was like, this is what he is, a little bit of kind of this is where he's at, this is what's happening, and then we're off. And then the episode 1 ends, and you're just like, all right, I want to know what's happening next. Where's this going? Right. So it was a really good first episode. Check it out for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So Netflix definitely stepping it up with their anime content. I feel I've often debated setting up, Crunchyroll and all the other streaming service accounts, but Netflix keeps dropping all this crazy stuff here. So pretty happy with that. I think we're all probably going to check it out. I don't know if anyone is going to just binge all of it right away. Steve, are you a binger?
That's probably me.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. I kind of like to spread things out, but John said they're only like 30-minute episodes, so I think it's great that you can kind of like fit them in when you can, or you can probably sit there and watch a whole what's 30 minutes times 6. My math is bad. 3-hour movie.
That's
I
like
guess
3 hours, so you can just spread
3
it
hours,
out.
pretty much. Yep.
Yeah.
So you could definitely just
Watching
you could get a movie like experience. So thank you very much. Thank you everyone for tuning in. What do you think? What do you think of Yasuke? Is it Yasuke?
Yasuke.
Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yasuke. All right. What do you guys think of Yasuke? Are you gonna watch it? Are you gonna watch it in the dub? Are you gonna watch it in the Japanese language and turn on your subtitles? I did see that there was a Japanese audio track when I popped on. Are you gonna watch it all tonight? Let us know in the comments. Heroes World Podcast, new episodes every week. The Heroes World Sidekick Show, we're live every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This coming Monday, we're going to be talking about Point Break from Keanu Reeves in our Keanu Reeves month of May. So we're going to do Point Break, we're going to do Speed, and then we're going to do John Wick 1, 2, 3. So join us on Mondays if you want to talk live. Jonathan Yeo, you've got some toy stuff going on. Where can I follow you?
Instagram projects by John Yeo. Just converting some Todd McFarlane 40K figures right now, so you can kind of just see where the progress is going on that.
Yeah. All right. And Umar, he's got another great show going on. They talk about all kinds of cool stuff, anime, TV, all kinds of funny hijinks and all that kind of stuff. Umar, where can they find you?
We are the Geeky Bros podcast, so you can just type in Geeky Bros podcast on YouTube, or you can find me on Instagram, the Big Geek Umar.
Yeah, and I'll drop the link in the description so you can find the Geeky Bros podcast. And Steve and his loudest chair in the history of podcasting is exclusive to my platform. No, it's fine. It's actually pretty funny. It's funny. It lets us know that you're still alive and moving around. You're
a jittery person.
Yeah. You're kind of exclusive to me on these platforms right now. And who knows? You can see his credentials behind him. So maybe we'll talk some toys at one point.
It's that. And I've been raging. Because this time we're just a lot of people are at home. I just put in the time to play all the Souls games, Dark Souls, Demon Souls.
Ooh.
Hardest time ever. Like I just platinum like 3 of those Souls 4 games.
Oh
so
man,
I'm working on 1 and 2 right now.
Yeah. Maybe you should stream that. So people can watch you throw controllers at walls. But yeah, that's one of the great things about anime, like all that stuff behind Steve there, the merchandise that and the stuff that comes along with anime is like so crazy awesome. So that's
very
why I
old
want to
school.
do more anime content. So if you like seeing the anime content, definitely hit us up. Let us know in the comments. And thank you everybody. Thank you guys for taking your time to join me for this. Let's Trailer Reaction Anime Edition, and hopefully more to come. All right. Thank you guys. See you on the